Shalom, when the self souls but giving no praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kodash, double honors to the apostles, great Milson, and honors to you brothers doing the work of the Most High in truth and in sincerity. Yahweh's real name, with whom the world ignorantly calls God, Jehovah, Yahweh, his real name is Yahweh. Son's true name is Yahushua, and when we pray Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba meaning in, Ha meaning that, and Shem meaning name, so Yahweh and the name of Yahushua. Real quick, says of this statement, about, yes, we are prophets of doom. Okay, right, because we're not coming to bring a message of of peace, of basically that worldly message, because that's what the people want to hear, right? They want to hear smooth things, right? Grab that sort of. There's Isaiah 30 and 9 says that this verse 8 says, now go write it before them in a table and note it in a book, that it may be for a time to come, forever and ever, that this is rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of Yahweh, which say to the seers, see not unto the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits, right? And a deceit is that everything is going to be all blessed. Okay, that is just not the end of this world. The end of this world is darkness, right? Let's grab that real quick. Makes me think of Amos, the 5th chapter. Right, this is Amos 5 from verse 18. It says, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord, right? To what end is it for you? That the day of Yahweh is darkness and not light, right? As if a man did flee from a lion and the bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and the serpent bit him. Okay, so when the Lord comes back, right, in fact, we can also get that, right? It says Luke 12 and 49, it says, I am come to send fire on earth, and what will I if it be already kindled? Okay, and then also from there we can grab, what do we want? What am I thinking of? Isaiah 66 and 15, right? It says, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, right, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire, right? So even in that little set of precepts that I've got there, right, what we're being shown is a time of tumult, a time of of doom, a time of tribulation, right? In fact, we can also go into those precepts as well. This is Daniel 12 from the top. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time. So this sounds like a time of doom, right? This sounds like a terrible time, right? So because it says since such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time. Now we got the account, right? With Rahab, the harlot, right? In what is that? In Joshua, yeah. Well, basically, in fact, let me just read it. Right, it says Joshua 2 from 8 says, and before they were laid down, she came up unto them upon the roof, and she said unto the men, I know that Yahweh hath given you the land, and that your terror is fallen upon us. Right, so when Israel would come upon a particular land, it was a terror unto that land. Okay, it says and that all the inhabitants of the land faint because of you. Right, for we have heard how Yahweh dried up the water of the Red Sea for you when you came out of Egypt, right, and what ye did to the 2 kings of the Amorites that were on the other side Jordan, Sihon and Gog, whom ye utterly destroyed. And as soon as we heard these things, our hearts did melt. Neither did there remain any more courage in any man because of you. For Yahweh your power, he is the most high in heaven and in earth beneath. So in this particular account, Rahab was like, yo, yeah, we all heard how the Lord is on your side, right? And how he delivered you. And it was fearful to us, right? Because once again, when the Lord was with us, right, and he sent us out to battle against a nation, it was a terror unto that nation, right? Because the Most High will have, in the times that we were meant to win, the Most High preordained it. And at that point, it's kind of like, what can you do? Right? Once again, when the Most High has said that something is to happen, it's gonna happen. Right now, I'll grab that to then jump over to here. It says Jeremiah 16 and 14. It says, therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that it shall no more be said, Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. All right, so we just heard how fearful and terrible that was, such that Rahab was like, look, man, I'm just trying to get some favor here because I already know what's about to come. So that's how terrible, the destruction of Egypt was, right? But it goes on to say in verse 15, but Yahweh liveth, right, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I'll bring them again into their own land that I gave unto their fathers. So basically, this destruction is going to eclipse Egypt, and that's what we're just reading here in Daniel's the 12th chapter. Okay, the destruction and deliverance, rather, because they're a package, they come together, right? They are that's the times that we're coming into, right? And it's a time of death and great suffering, right? In fact, let me what precept that comes to mind, because there's just so many different precepts about this destruction, right? But you know what it is, this message that we have, right, that the Lord hath given us, rather, right, isn't world friendly. Okay, so when from time you hear, oh yeah, we in the prophets of doom, so what are we bringing, right? Yeah, we're bringing good news, but that's good news for Israel, and good news for Israel is bad news for these heathens. Okay, in fact, let's jump over into that real quick, and they know this, right? We always get this in Judith, and then also we'll jump over to Psalms 83, right? This is Judith 5 from where is it? I'll just jump to the point, right? It says Judith 5:17. It says, whilst they sinned not before their power, they prospered, because the Most High that hateth iniquity was with them. But when they departed from the way which we have appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore, and were led captive into a land that was not theirs, and the temple of their power was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies, right? So the nations know that once Israel are one with Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, it's over for them. It's over for them. That's why they're confederate one with another. This is Psalms 83 from the top. It says, keep not thou silence, O Most High. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Most High. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against our people, right, and consulted against thy hidden one. Is an example of the counsel, right, that they were taking, right? Once again, just to keep us down. That's why you read in the scriptures, it speaks about the accuser of thy brethren. It says, they have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. And then it goes to list out our enemies, which are these different heathens. Okay, so there's time to come, right? Is for us, once again, it's a gospel of good news, right? Is there gonna be some pain in there? What does the scripture say? It says because I even forgot. I haven't brought this one out in ages, man. It says First Peter. Let me start from 17 actually. So, for the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. Right, and all these different individuals that are coming in with these different doctrines, these different mantras and different sayings, right? That ultimately are standing in as a what's the word I'm looking for? Standing in as a false prophet, right? The time of judgment is coming. Right, and if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? Right, and if the righteous scarcely be saved, right? So yeah, it's gonna be a time for us as well, right? But that's where faith is gonna come in. Right, that's where the Lord is gonna demand of us the faith. Right, and if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? Okay, so the elect, they gonna be cool, right, ultimately, and will some die for this truth? Of course, but we read that in Wisdom 3 that it's only in the sight of the unwise that that the men of the Lord will perish. Okay, because ultimately we understand reading Thessalonians that the elect shall be raised up first with Yahweh Shai, right, which is a great glory. So when we are so when we're talking about this gospel, it's good news to us. Right, but that's about it. For the rest of these heathens, it's bad news, right? And you know what? You have a lot of our people that fall into that classification, right? It says not Revelation. I'll get Romans 6 and 9. Grab this one first. 9 and 6. Right? Romans 9 says, not as though the word of the Most hath taken on effect, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel. Okay? It says there's a precept. What says precept? Yep, yeah, it's the Israel the Most High, right? It says Galatians 6:16, and as many as walk according to this rule, peace be on them, and mercy, and upon the Israel of the Most High. Okay, and then cast out heathen. Trying to. It's like as in heathen. Something like that. I forget how it was phrased. Yeah, but even still, so those that are not following these scriptures, right? Ultimately right now treated as a heathen, right? So yeah, this truth is a good news to the to the elect, because when we're talking about the end of this man's kingdom, right, we're also talking about the beginning of a righteous kingdom, right? And this is Hebrews 13 and 14. It says, for here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come. Right, I'm also going to jump over to 2 Peter 3:13. It says, nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. Right, and we can't get to that righteousness until this place is destroyed. Right, until this place goes through doom. Right, which allows us to jump over to 2 Ezra 7:43. It says, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time. Right, and the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past. So that's what we're looking for. Right? Yeah, it's doom. It's doom for Esau. All right, but guess what? It ain't our kingdom that's ending. It's Esau's kingdom. Right? Our kingdom is being prepared. Right? It's we just have to go over these next couple of trials. Right? Prove our faith. The proving of our faith. And then let's read that again, right? The last bit is what I want. So, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time and the beginning of the immortality to come, right? So we just have to go through this doom, right? Where, to be in a kingdom wherein dwelleth righteousness, right? It says wherein corruption is past, right? Intemperance is at an end, right? You look into this word intemperance, right? It says lack of moderation or restraint. Right, because that's what you get in this, in this kingdom, right? Indulgence, right, and a lack of control of lusts, man, right? But this all is coming to an end. Folly, right, is coming to an end, right? Because right now, what does it say? It's Ecclesiastes 10:6, right? It says folly is set in great dignity, right, and the rich sit in a low place, and this place is all about folly. Right, it's all really about do as thou wilt. Okay, but all of that's coming into an end. In fact, we had read 2 Peter 3. Let me start up, right, verse 10. So, but the day of Yahweh will come as a thief in the night, right? When you read the precepts, right, it's really a thief unto those that ain't looking. Okay, it says, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, right? Talking about when them ICBMs be hitting, right, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Once again, them ICBMs. And the earth, and also and the works that are therein shall be burned up, right? So Esau's world's going to be burned up. The earth, as the scripture says, abideth forever, right? America's going to be completely destroyed, right? And will never be rebuilt, right? And Israel's going to be completely destroyed, but that will be rebuilt. Okay, in other places, you go and get hit too, right? But those are the two main focus points. right? So it says, verse 11, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, right? So when you look into that word conversation, it basically means, how one carries themselves, right? So seeing that this world is about to be destroyed, right? Basically, it's like how are you supposed to carry yourself, right? Now, Second Ezra 16 verses 40 onwards, gives an idea of how we may just carry ourselves on a day to day, right? But on another level, it's just like, yo, this place is done, it's over, okay? So when you're seeing people that are trying to build here, right, trying to is build a lasting legacy. Yeah, we may build a little something, right? For in our little personal lives, but we understand once again, pursuing Second Ezra 16:40 onwards, that all these things are about to go. Okay, because why? Verse 12 says, "Looking for and hasting unto the coming day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat." Okay, so that's what it is. So let me just finish off. In fact, I'll read it again and close out on this Second Ezra 7:43. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past, intemperance is at an end, infidelity is cut off, righteousness is grown, and the truth is sprung up. So as always, Lord's without edifying. Till next time we say, Shalom.